This is Chris with Space Cabin Audio. In this video, I'm going to show you how to scan and use third-party plugins inside of Accent. When Accent first opens up, it defaults to showing you the mixer view. I'm going to go all the way over to the right, and I'm going to choose the Prefs view. You'll end up here on the Data Prefs tab, but I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to choose the Plugins tab. Here, we have an empty list and a button that says Options. Once we scan all of the plugins inside of Accent, we'll see them populate in this list here. So I'm just going to go down, I'm going to click Options, and I'm going to go to the bottom, and you'll see a few options. Scan for new or updated VST plugins, scan for new or updated VST3 plugins, and if you're on the Mac, you'll also see scan for new or updated audio units plugins. I'm going to choose VST3 plugins for the purpose of this video. Once we choose to scan for new plugins, this window will pop up and show us a file path. This is the file path that Accent is expecting to find the plugins in. If you have your plugins in another location, you can select here and choose Change to find where they are. Or if you have multiple locations where your plugins are stored, you can also open up a new file path by clicking the little plus button and opening this browser and navigating to where they are. My plugins are located in this location, so I don't need to change anything. I'm going to choose Scan Plugins. Now all we really have to do is wait for Accent to finish scanning the plugins. Once the plugins are scanned, they'll show up in the list behind this window as you can see them populating already. Now that the plugins are all scanned, I can see them in the list here. I can scroll up and down and make sure they're all there. Perfect. I can now head over to the mixer view. Now Accent has 4 inserts. The first insert on each channel is dedicated to internal effects. Accent ships with some really good internal plugins such as gain, filter, 4-band EQ, compressor, limiter, gate, or reverb, but the purpose of this video is really third-party plugins. So I'm just going to choose no insert here. Now insert numbers 2 through 4 are dedicated to third-party plugins. So any of these 3 inserts on any of the mixer channels will be dedicated to your third-party plugins. So I'm going to choose one of my favorite plugins that I use, Plugin Alliance BX Digital V3 Mix. I'll open that up, put that on the kick drum, and there we are. We're now using third-party plugins inside of Accent. It's that easy. It's a real game changer being able to use third-party plugins inside of Accent instead of having to fumble around with routing and aux tracks and audio tracks and trying to get everything done. Everything stays nice and compact, and the workflow is really, really fast. So let's say I wanted to add a little 5K to this kick drum. Here we go. I'll just give it a little boost and I'm going to widen it out a bit. And there we go. I've now used a third-party plugin inside of Accent on my kick drum. And I really like this setting, so I'm going to save it. This is another really cool feature addition inside of this Accent update is the ability to save and recall plugin presets as you need them. So I'll just save this one here. And I'll name this one Kick 5K. Done. And it's there. But that's not where this feature stops. We also have the ability to A/B plugin settings inside of Accent. So let's say that I was a little curious. Maybe I wanted 3K, maybe I wanted 5K. I wasn't sure and I wanted to figure it out. Well, I can just come over to B here. I'll set this now to 3K. And I'll give it a little boost. I'll widen it out a bit, and I can now go back and forth between both settings so that I can A/B them and see which one I like the best. Let's say I wanted to add a compressor. So I'm going to open up my Wave CLA 76. It's going to open up. I'll just leave it as it is for right now. I'll close that up. Now let's say that I wanted to see what this kick drum was like with or without the compressor. Normally, I would have to open up the plugin, come all the way up to bypass and click bypass. Well, that's no longer the case. Accent now gives me the tools to get that done much faster. If I hold the control key on Windows or command on the Mac and I click the plugin, we can actually bypass the plugin and it's shown by this little red dot on the side. So I can freely bypass and unbypass plugins at will. But that's not where this feature stops. What happens if you want to check out all of the plugins on the entire channel? Well, if I hold Control-Alt on Windows or Command-Option on the Mac and click it, you'll now see that both plugins will bypass and unbypass when I click them. This is a really handy feature to have, and it really will speed up your workflow quite a lot. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you soon.